The word biostimulation, what it means is that it stimulates the tissues to respond and to recreate new tissue. There are two different pathways and two different ways that the body can respond to stimulation. One way, where the body sees what is being put into the tissue as a kind of like a threat, and it produces an inflammatory response, and it makes the cells within the tissues work very fast. And so they don't have time to make a lot of things, they just need to make a lot of collagen to be able to surround whatever is in the tissue and to make sure that they wall it off from the surrounding tissues. This is fibrosis. And on the other hand, there's a way to stimulate the tissues where the immune system does not recognize it. It recognizes it, but it doesn't recognize it as a threat. And this way of stimulating the tissues allows the cells to work as normal, to bring them into active cell states, but not to put them in high alert, and so that they have time to create multiple different components. The end result is that one direction, you create a kind of ecosystem where cells like to live, and the other direction is more of a lot of collagen, but we know from fibrotic diseases that cells don't really like to live where there's too much disarrayed, packed collagen. So for a long time, we've talked about all biostimulation being the same, and we've talked about collagen as everything, as if the only thing that we want to make is more collagen. But really, this is much more complex. We want to create, regeneration is about creating the whole ecosystem, encouraging cells to do that. If you hyper-dilute the product, so add more saline in there, then you change the distribution, so the product will flow more widely, so a little bit deeper and a bit wider. And when you do that, you treat not just skin quality, but tissue quality, because those spheres reach right down from the subdermis to the SMAS. So you treat the whole forest of collagenous structures, plus the skin and the underlying structure. So then when people are beginning to lose firmness in their skin, then those people are great to treat. You can even treat people as early as in their 40s, maybe even earlier, where of course when people start in their 30s, then they start to lose collagen and they lose elastin. So this kind of age of patient, it works very well for. It creates a roundness, a smoothness, a glow, skin quality. They respond very well to it. So everything else you do works better because you prime the skin. So you create more collagen and more density. So actually that age of patient works very well. The next, like 40s to 50s patient, or maybe older than that, again, very good to be primed. Sometimes you have to use other things in addition. And then when you get to the older patients, it works well, but it also works well when you add in other products such as BioQs, for example. So we had, there was about 8 years ago, globally we noticed there was a big change in this product, the way people were using it. It's been around for a while, but then people started to understand that it did much more than just fill and for noses or chins, or that it was doing, the effect was quite profound on the tissues. So over this time, there's been a huge change globally, massive change. It has become one of the top used and selling products globally for biostimulation because they don't want pillow faces. They want a look, and they also want to have healthy tissue. So I would say diluting the product 1-to-1. So that is the syringe of Radiesse plus 1 syringe of solution. That could be normal saline, or it could be normal saline with lidocaine. This is the most common because it's very easy to use. It distributes the spheres across the face very easily. So we also know that that dilution is kind of optimal for regeneration. So it gives you most amount of collagen, there's other measures, but most amount of collagen at that dilution. So this is for skin quality. Sort of simple. It is not difficult to use. You have great results. I would suggest that you just start in a simple way to create skin quality across the mid-face. and this has a high impact, and again, technically not difficult to do. The one thing that you have to remember is that you need to make sure that you don't put too little in. So the rule is that for 1 syringe of Radiesse, however you dilute it, it's about 100 centimetres squared, so that's 10 by 10. So you need 1 per side to really have an impact. But remember to put it a wide enough area to get the field effect, and it improves many measures for skin quality, and it changes the way your patient ages. So my advice is, this is creating an ecosystem. This is the cornerstone of creating healthy tissue, and the direction of travel towards regeneration, it really matters.